This is a new prophetic dream that was given to me at 3 o'clock in the morning, February 8th, 2021. And in the dream, as I was watching, I was part of a team of leaders, national leaders. And the word had come to us that we were to be watching for a new species of plant. That was going to have properties of life that needed to be monitored and watched. And so we began to investigate and to look for these new species of plants. And immediately we began to find them in shadowy places, hidden, obscure places. And the properties of the plant began to be made known to us. And as it was being made known to us, we tried to develop a plan to process the information and to map down and to contain the plants. And then it began to move with speed. And even while we were trying to eat our lunch, it was said to be watchful, because everything that we were eating and digesting could have been affected by the new growth of these plants. And they were green and they were alive and they were growing. And the containment that we began to try to place upon the top of the plants could not be created quickly enough. And the plants, those tiny green leaves began to grow out of every hard surface in homes and in places everywhere. Small, tiny green leaves with new life just growing out that couldn't be stopped. And then the green leaves changed in their makeup, and it began to be a breaking forth of light. The plant became living light, and the living light began to fill everything and affect everything. People everywhere were trying to figure out what to do about the light, how to navigate what was happening with these plants that were turning into, bursting into light. And as they were trying to figure out what this was and how to deal with it, then the light changed again, and it brought forth portals into different dimensions. And people began to be carried into these portals, into different dimensions. And it began to grow in exponential growth upon exponential upon exponential upon exponential. And I began to understand there was no stopping it. There was no containing it. There was no describing it. There was no compartmentalizing it. There was no describing it, it just began to take over everything. And as it began to take over everything, I woke up from the dream, and I immediately asked the Lord, what does this mean, Lord? Because I knew it was a dream that had come from Him. I knew exactly that it had come from the Lord. And I asked Him, what does this mean? And He said, the new work that I am bringing forth upon the earth has begun to sprout in obscure places. But it will break forth on every hardened surface and every hardened heart on this planet. And it will bring forth a bursting forth from the sprout even to a new life. And as I saw that the plants were bursting into light, it was a bursting forth of light and glory upon the planet. And the Lord told me it was a bursting forth of the gospel of Christ all over the globe. And it will grow in an exponential upon exponential upon an exponential. We are just beginning to see the sproutings of it in obscure places. But it will come to a place where it will be on the national stage of every country. Uncontrollable, uncontainable, undiscernible, other than to know that it is the move of God. This dream was given to me again on February 8th, 2021 at 3 o'clock in the morning. At 3 o'clock in the morning is normally my time to arise for prayer. And last night, I was up late, didn't get to bed early, so I didn't expect to be getting up for my morning prayer. But when the Lord gave me the dream and I woke up, it was exactly at my prayer time. God is going to move across this nation and across this world in such a way that it will be unstoppable. At every moment to try to contain, at every moment to try to describe, at every moment of trying to categorize or wrap up in our understanding, it will break forth in new dimensions and new ways, and it will be a breaking forth of light. It will be a breaking forth of revelation and understanding. It will be a breaking forth of the glory of God. So much so that when I say exponential upon exponential upon exponential, it will move in such a swift way that just at the time that we thought we were understanding how swiftly and powerfully this will spread, it will spread 100 times faster. This is from the Lord, and it shall come to pass shortly. I'm Apostle Cass Johnson. It is now 20 minutes till 4, February 8th, 2021. God bless you.